Well guys, we got a fun matchup on our hands tonight between the Golden State Warriors and your very own Los Angeles Lakers. And pretty much anytime these two meet, it's a fun game, a great atmosphere, usually a high scoring affair, a back and forth affair, and overall a fun matchup. Not to mention a matchup between two legends, LeBron James and Steph Curry, and that's always a treat to watch play out. But this time around they will look a bit different. No, not LeBron and Steph Curry, they're still going strong, but the teams between them, and really their health situation and where they're currently at in the standings too. For Golden State, tonight they will be without Jonathan Kuminga, Draymond Green, and Kyle Anderson. 3 rotation players for them, and a big part of their defense from Draymond Green and Kyle Anderson, and of course a big scoring punch off the bench with Jonathan Kuminga. But then for the Lakers, their health situation is trending up, and no, I'm not joking about that. Believe it or not, Jared Vanderbilt is off the injury report for the first time in about a year now, making his return after getting hurt on February 2nd of last year, making it back on January 25th of this year, nearly a full year off the court, and not to mention with a number of setbacks, having a double foot surgery, and having a knee issue along the way while trying to recover. But he's finally back and will be making his return tonight, or at least if JJ Redick plays him, which I imagine he will, as he definitely can help out the rotation. But with that being said, how will Jared Vanderbilt affect their team? Will it be in a positive way right away? Will it be the Vanderbilt that we remember? And what can we truly expect from him? We'll talk about that and much more throughout today's video. But before we get too far into it, let's go over our game day picks with Underdog Fantasy, the best way to get in on the NBA action this season. And if you're a new sign up, you can pick Patrick Mahomes to have higher than 0.5 passing yards tomorrow night. So yeah, take advantage of that free pick. But then for my picks, for pick number 1, I got Anthony Davis having higher than 0.5 assists during the first quarter. This one's pretty much a lock every game, and I pretty much go with it every game. Then for pick number 2, I got Max Christie grabbing more than 2.5 rebounds. He's had more than that in 5 of their past 7 games now, so I think he can again tonight. Then for pick number 3, I got Gabe Vincent having higher than 1.5 assists. He's going to play more than usual tonight, trying to run around and guard Steph Curry, so he will be out there more, and then more time for more assists. Then for my 4th and final pick, I got Kyle Kuzma having higher than 2.5 assists. But if you're looking to make your own picks, then be sure to check out Underdog Fantasy, and don't forget to use code JSM to get your free pick, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make a deposit. But now getting back to our topic, and again, Jared Vanderbilt is officially back, at least if JJ Redick plays him, which I do think that he will. And after nearly a year off the court, we do have to temper our expectations here with him. Will be trying to work his way back, again likely will have a minute restriction. I'm thinking probably about 15 minutes in game 1, maybe upping it to about 20 in games 2 through 3, but probably about 15 minutes to start out with. They don't want to overdo it, they want to be very careful with him, obviously don't want to risk him for the regular season when they need him for more than that, and will be very cautious right away with him. But hey, they're definitely getting him back for a good matchup. Like I mentioned before with Gabe Vincent, trying to guard Steph Curry and trying to keep up with him, Vanderbilt will be a part of that scenario too. Between himself, Gabe Vincent, Max Christie, and maybe a little bit of Austin Reeves, but hopefully more Christie, and I think it will be that way. They'll kind of be the trio that runs around and tries to keep up with him, and hopefully trying to bother him too. Now it's definitely a team effort trying to defend Steph Curry. No one guy can do it alone. I mean, all the screens that you have to run around to keep up with him, it's really a team effort. It's not like you're trying to guard a guy that isolates all game. He'll be trying to run away from you, not toward you or by you with the ball. So you gotta factor that in. And if we're talking about screen navigators in their team, I would put Christie at the top, but right after him, Gabe Vincent and Jared Vanderbilt are there. And then in regard to disruption and overall wreaking havoc on defense, that's where Jared Vanderbilt comes in. Definitely good at it, one of the best on their team and one of the best in the entire league at that. Last season averaged 2.2 steals per 36 minutes, led their team, and the only guy averaging more than 2 of them per 36 minutes. And then in regard to a guy that can screen navigate, switch on defense, and again with that disruption, there's really no better combination than what Jared Vanderbilt has to offer on defense. Whether we're talking about disruption, steals, blocks, whatever it might be, or defensive box plus minus rating, he was 2nd on their team last season, only falling behind Anthony Davis with a plus 1.3 rating. And no matter what we look at it, the guy can definitely impact their defense, and I'm really looking forward to the rotation and the lineups they make with him on defense. One I've talked about and brought up fairly often does include the 4-man combination of himself, Anthony Davis, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Max Christie. Not only a great defensive lineup, but one that can work offensively as well. Enough 3-point shooting between Dorian Finney-Smith and Max Christie, maybe Anthony Davis here and there, but enough 3-point shooting around those two to where they don't have to fill that role offensively, and that's definitely a good thing. Neither one of them are great 3-point shooters, not even an average 3-point shooter. Vanderbilt can be okay from the corner, but not particularly a role you want him to fill. You want him more freelancing on offense, making cuts, and playing around that dunker spot at times, not really in the corner or simply the 3-point line in general. And with that in mind, I'm actually really interested to see how Redick will use Vanderbilt offensively. Will he make him more of a 3-point shooter, a corner 3-point shooter? Probably not the best way to use him, but Darvin Ham did tend to do that quite often. Or will he make him more of an off-ball cutter and implement that into their offense to accommodate Vanderbilt? I hope he does. Or what exactly will he do with him on offense? Yes, you do have to kind of accommodate him and work around what he doesn't do well offensively. The 3-point shooting can be a bit up and down. I mean, prior to getting hurt, he showed a lot of potential, shooting about 54% from 3 in the 16 games leading up to him getting hurt, along with showing some good scoring ability, good cutting ability, offensive rebounding per usual, and then finishing at the rim. But there have definitely been times where Vanderbilt can look like a borderline liability offensively, and you do have to work around that at times too, which might be the case with him having about a year off from the court. But again, going back to that 4-man lineup combination, this is going to be a really fun defensive combination, and I hope we get to see it sooner rather than later, maybe even tonight. I mean, between the 4 of Dorian Finney-Smith, Vanderbilt, Anthony Davis, and Christie, you got a ton of switchability there, a ton of defensive commitment, and overall versatility on defense too. 3 guys that can defend at least 3 positions on the court, Anthony Davis all 5 of them, Finney-Smith about 4 of them, Vanderbilt 4 of them, then Christie 3. That's a ton of versatility and a ton of different stuff you can do with them on defense. At that point, it doesn't matter the 5th player you include with them. More likely than not, it'll be a point guard like LeBron, Ross, and Reeves, or they can fill that role for them. Or maybe a guy like Gabe Vincent off the bench, make that kind of bench combination, and get even more defense with it, and it will be really interesting to watch play out. I for one am not getting my hopes up too high here yet. Yes, obviously happy and excited to get him back. That can help out their team, help out their rotation, and obviously their defense quite a bit. A lot they can do with Jared Vanderbilt, a lockdown defender when healthy, and a lot he can offer your team on defense, but you gotta temper your expectations with him. Even when healthy, he's pretty inconsistent, especially offensively. Maybe he'll eventually get over that and develop further, but now coming off a year-long injury, you gotta expect some of that to come with him. So again, do temper your expectations here with him. And with that being said, what do you guys think? How do you feel about the return of Jared Vanderbilt? How much do you think he'll play tonight? How much do you think he should play tonight, or in the near future at least? And what do you think he'll offer their team? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But I think that'll pretty much do it for this one. And if you enjoyed the video, then I would greatly appreciate it if you dropped a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that notification bell to never miss out when I upload a video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.